Alright then, what's up guys, it's your boy 3 Star here, checking in on a video, and today we're gonna be doing something a little different. We're gonna be doing something dealing with like Halloween, and yeah, I just wanted to give y'all guys something a little special. And today we're gonna be doing like a review on a manga called Attack on Cocks. Now I know that sound wrong, I know that don't sound right, but just hear me out and just let's get into the review. Alright then, first thing first is the plot, and the plot is UNG is a teenager boy who lived in an orphanage, and he's turning 18, and now that he could leave, but he decides not to leave because even though like he hated the orphanage, he decides not to leave because the kids there are holding him back because he actually loves the kids, and they're pretty much like the only family he have. And yeah, he promised himself that he's not gonna let the kids get hurt by the evil adults that's in the orphanage. And yeah, and then one day out of nowhere, him living his normal life, all the adults turn into chickens, and then so like he embarks on a journey throughout like a weird and evil world, and with his family just trying to survive through a post-apocalypse type world. And yeah, and that's pretty much like for like the plot. The plot was pretty like simple. And yeah, and then we got the characters. And obviously we got the main character, UNG. And yeah, and his character drive was pretty much believable, because like with most characters and like stories like them and like their motivation to do something, it doesn't be believable, because like some plots they don't really give you the details on why do he want to do this, or why is he doing it. So it's kind of like him and his drive to like want to do great and like save his family and protect his family is actually believable, because like we get like little flashbacks of his family, of his dad sitting there, and his dad used to abuse him. So obviously he wants to protect the kids that's in the orphanage from the people. So that is pretty believable to me. And yeah, and then one other thing that like about his character was that his character was very inconsistent though. And that was like the only that was like just one of the bad things about his character, because like through like some of the story, like okay, it was like one instance where him and it was this other dude named Toria, if I'm saying that right. But yeah, and like that's pretty much like one of his friends that's in the orphanage. And yeah, and then like Toria decides to throw this dude off the building, and the dude that he threw off the building was a villain. The villain had cut off UNG fingers, and then he was threatening to kill all of them and use the kids as bait, right? So then like Toria, like he decides to like to throw the dude off the top of the building, and then UNG decides to go and save the dude. Like that doesn't make sense, like with his character is like so inconsistent. But then there was another like instance where like Toria, like he did something and he did it to a villain, but like UNG, he didn't say nothing. He was like, okay, I'm cool with that. But a dude that was legit, that cut both of your fingers off, and that was like threatening to kill your family, you didn't want to kill him, but you'll like kill some other person that you barely know any information about. And it doesn't make sense to me, because like that was just so inconsistent on the author part, because like he could have she could have like wrote the characters way better in this character. And yeah, then one other thing was that I don't know if like UNG had crazy amounts of luck or it was the plot armor, but this man got saved so many times throughout the story, and it just didn't make sense like on some of the times he got saved, because like when I was talking about Toria like pushed the villain off the building, Angie decided to go save him, right? And then Angie, like, he was practically surrounded by chickens. He didn't have nowhere to go, and like he was about to get ready to die, so he crawled on top of a pole to get away from them. And then out of nowhere, a plane like just happened to crash, and like chickens start raining from the air, so they obviously start hitting the other chickens, and they pretty much killed like all the other chickens. And like they really didn't, like, they was so like they was so set up, like ain't no way like that was just happen, out of nowhere, because like that just didn't make sense to me. And it was just so many like things throughout the story, because it was another one towards the ending of the story. Like he was like he got stabbed, and like he, like, I don't know what happened with his character, but like he just, like, he got stabbed in the stomach and he was gonna get ready to die, but out of nowhere he got up and he was acting like it never happened to him. And that's one thing that kind of did make me mad too. And yeah, and then another thing was that his character was annoying at sometimes too, cause like he was just in the way of the story kind of progressing. Even though he's the MC, he did get in the way of the story progressing. And then him just being brave and being like having his justice. And yeah, his character just stayed like very, like, I don't know, it was just like his character is just very annoying overall throughout the whole entire story. And yeah, and then we got Toria. And yeah, and Toria, like, he was like the most believable character throughout the whole entire story, because like him and his just characteristics were way more believable than MC's, because the MC, he was like brave, noble, and stuff, and like not everybody in like the real world is like that. So like it was kind of like refreshing to see that his character wasn't just like a trash side character, because he actually did had he had like a lot of character development too throughout this whole entire story, because he went from being like just I'll probably say like a heartless person, all the way to being like actually becoming like the MC. He didn't become exactly like the MC, but he became to the point where he just didn't do things without thinking, because usually when like something like was threatening his family, usually he'll just kill it. He'll just like be like, we just got to get rid of it, we really can't keep it around. But towards the end of the story, he started to like kind of like learn as he goes. So he was like, he had the most character development in the story. And yeah, like he's like also like pretty much my favorite character in the story. And then like one thing that like I felt bad for him was that like they treated him bad in the story, because like he was a realist, and like he's seen the world for what it is, and like he was trying to do certain things, and like they was like just stopping him from doing it, and like they was just in the way from him, like just protecting the family. And that's pretty much what he was trying to do, but he just went like a different route. Because like it was one moment where like the MC, like, okay, they had killed the chicken, and then like the chicken was laying in the building. Well, they didn't kill it, it just fell asleep. And so they went back upstairs, and then the like Toria and then Angie, they was finna get ready to go. Well, they was finna get ready to go and search for I forgot what they was searching for. But after, like, out of nowhere, like Toria, he decided to like stab the chicken in the stomach and kill it. But then like Angie, he was like, why did you do that? And then obviously Toria killed it, because like he don't want nobody to, like, he don't want the chicken to wake up and kill everybody while they gone, so he decided to kill it. And then Angie, his argument was that, why did you do it? Because the kids gonna see it. I'm like, bro, the kids gonna see some guts. It's not that big of a deal. Would you rather see them dead or see a dead chicken on the ground? Like, which one would you rather have them see? So like it kind of didn't make sense, and then that does play in a part of Angie being inconsistent throughout the story. Because like I said, in some moments he was actually down with Toria doing some evil stuff, and that they didn't really mind him doing evil stuff. But sometimes they used to get mad out of nowhere. So that kind of did make me mad to see them like scold him for just being like a realist and just trying to protect the family. And yeah, and then I ain't gonna lie, one thing he did do that was kind of like out of nowhere for me was he killed a cop. because the cop leg was injured. And then like the cop was just talking to him. The cop wasn't even really doing nothing bad. The cop just had a gun and was like, I'll probably just sit here and just, get ready to die. But then like I don't know, like I don't know what happened, cause like it's like Toria, like his like I don't know if he's just savages just kicked in or what, because he decided to strangle the cop and kill him. I was like, okay, now that was like a little too much for me. I was like, it wasn't no point of him killing the cop. He could have like just punched the cop and took the gun and ran off. The cop leg was gone, so he couldn't chase after him. So it was like, I don't know, it was just dumb. Or you could have shot him with the thing, but I kind of get why you did, because the chickens would have hurt the town. But yeah, and then we got Aki, and then like with Aki, like she was like like she was just in the story to be in the story. Like she didn't have like pretty much no type of character development. She didn't pretty much her only role was to protect the kids, and just like sit here and scold and Toria for just doing stuff that made sense. And she was just, like I said, she was just there just to be in the story, because she didn't really do nothing throughout the story, especially towards the end. Like her character, like at the beginning, her character was actually a strong character, and like it actually like seemed like she was gonna actually be a good character. But towards the end of the story, her character kind of fell apart, and just I was like, okay, like what happening now to her character? And then like they pretty much just skipped most of her character arc. And then like they just made her, like at the end she was just supposed to be this powerful woman that actually got through all the things she seen. I was like, okay, that didn't make sense, but yeah. And like I did not like her character, because her character was also inconsistent, just like you Angie. Because like I said, she kept getting mad at like Toria too for doing certain things. And like I said with Toria, he was doing it to protect the family, but he just went a different route. Like he wasn't doing anything too bad. Now he was just killing bad people that was actually bad, hurting the family. But like they used to get mad at him, and like I don't know why, but like it was just dumb. The thing she was doing, she was like, just imagine all three of them being Team 7 from Naruto. Okay, you Angie is Naruto, Toria is Sasuke, and then like Aki, she is pretty much just Sakura, and she's practically useless. She don't got no part. She like, we don't even know why she there at some moments. Like she was just there to just be the kids and just be a way to push the plot. And yeah, like I don't know, I didn't really like her character in this whole entire story. And I'm pretty sure if you read it or you already read it, you won't like her either. And yeah, and then some of my dislikes and some of my likes, like the things I liked about this manga was the horror aspect of this manga was actually good. And some people say they didn't like it because it really didn't, this manga really didn't scare you. Because like I wouldn't say this manga really scared you, but like this manga kind of did make you feel uncomfortable and kind of disgusted at some moments. And I still consider that a form of horror, in my opinion. Like if you feel disgusted at a manga because something that happened in it, or you just feel uncomfortable or unease, like I think that's actually some form of horror, in my opinion. And yeah, like the gore aspect of this manga was actually like, usually I'm not the one to praise like horror in like a manga, because I don't really read too much of it. But like the gore aspect was actually like pretty good. Like it was over the top, like almost all the moments in the manga it was over the top, but that was like the point of the story. It was made to make you feel disgusted and not happy or having fun reading it. That wasn't the point of the manga. And yeah, and then like I said, another thing that was good about the horror was just it making you feel like disgusted. And yeah, like I think, like I said, like I think that's a form of horror that's actually like plausible. And I'm not gonna get into the moments that made people feel disgusted, because I can't talk about that crap on YouTube. But if you read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or if you decide to read it, just get ready to feel uncomfortable or just disgusted at like some of the scenes in the manga. And yeah, and then another thing is also the art. Like the art style in this manga was actually good too. I'm not gonna lie, like I actually liked it, and I like the designs of the chickens. Even like the even the chickens that was like half chicken half human, I still consider them like they art style was pretty cool because it supposed to give you that uneasy like on edge or type of art style that made you feel uncomfortable. And yeah, and like that's like I said, like that's another thing with the horror. The horror was actually good, and some people didn't like it, but I liked it. And yeah, and then another thing is the plot. The plot was pretty unique in a sense, cause like people invading chickens and stuff, like that was like a pretty good like premise on the plot, cause like it was actually unique, and I never really seen nothing like that before. Instead of having zombies, you have something else, and you have chickens, and like I don't think nobody else ever did that, so congratulations on being the first to do that. But yeah, and then another thing was that the like I actually liked about the story was like the strong relationship between the MC and the other characters a part of his family. And I think they relationships was kind of believable. I'm not gonna lie. The relationships with the kids now, like his relationship with Aki, like they could have took that towards a romantic type of relationship, but they decided to keep it just neutral, and him like pretty much seeing her as a sister than like a friend. But like I said, like Aki, like I'm pretty sure like Aki, her character was useless. But yeah, and then the MC also had a good relationship with Toria. He had a good relationship with, like, I forgot the little kid name, but like it was one of them that he was really close with. They had a good relationship, so I think the relationships in it, like between the MC and everybody else, was pretty good. Like I actually felt like they was real. And yeah, and then to get into my dislikes, man, it was a bunch of stuff I didn't like about this manga that just annoyed me or just ruined the experience of actually reading it. And yeah, one thing that I got really didn't like was one of the characters, and his name was at Shushi, if I'm saying it right. And yeah, like he's like one of the villains in the story. He's like one of the first villains pretty much in the story, that it was like he pretty much stayed throughout the whole entire story, because him and Tora pretty much had like a back and forth. Both of them was like pretty much like he was pretty much the antagonist to like Tora's story and his character development. And yeah, and then like as at Sushi, I don't know, I can't, like, his name is kind of hard to say, but yeah, like with his character was just there to like block the characters from progressing throughout the story. Like he was more of an obstacle than like actual villain that was believable. At the beginning, he was actually believable and or like a real villain, but like him like surviving, living, and just coming towards the end of the story to kind of ruin and stop Toria from like kind of progressing through the story. It was kind of annoying because he used to come in some moments of the story and just stop the characters from progressing. But I guess he kind of did progress the plot towards the end, but like at the same time he was slowing it down. Like I didn't really see no point for his character to be in the story. And yeah, then another thing is that I really didn't like was the characters being consistent. Like I can't get over this, because like I'm saying, like with Aki and Angie, like they were so inconsistent with the way like they viewed like justice, and like the way they wanted to protect their family. They was just so inconsistent that it was kind of annoying. And I can even say like some of the other characters was inconsistent. Toria, like I can say he was inconsistent. Like I probably say I can remember like one or two scenes of him being like not the normal Toria, but like still at the same time he was still a good character. But like Aki and Angie, like that was like, I don't know, like they were just horrendous. Like they characters and them being inconsistent, because like I said, with like they used to like sometimes they used to like they used like I said, like they viewed the justice and they wanted to protect people, but at the same time like some moments they be wanting to kill people, and like they don't make up their mind like what they want to do. I'll be like, bro, just make up your mind if you want to stop this man from killing somebody, or if you want him to kill somebody, just say either one. And then like the MC, like he was inconsistent too, because when he wanted to protect his family, he used to stand up for them. But at some moments when his family was starving, he had to go to the grocery store to get some food, like he didn't like the people, they started to beat him up because he was taking the food from the grocery store, and they claimed the grocery store as their turf. So like he didn't take the food. I was like, why do you not take the food? And your family is back at home suffering. Usually when he like want to protect his family and want to get them food, so he'll fight the three dudes. But he just gave up and just let them beat him up for no reason. And that didn't make sense. I was like, he supposed to be in this justful character that wanted to protect his family, not just to give up that easily. And it was annoying. And yeah, to get off that little tangent, another thing that made me annoyed or I just dislike was the plot armor. The MC had so much plot armor, it was like just ridiculous. This dude could have died like so many times in the story, cause like towards the end he got stabbed, and then he just practically forgot that he got stabbed. He was moving around like he didn't get stabbed. He didn't bleed out and die at all either. He was still perfectly fine. It's a few moments where he got beat up and he was just ignoring it. He was like, okay, like that's normal. It's some moments where like it's just like a bunch of moments where he got saved and it just didn't make sense. It did not make sense, and he should have died, but he didn't. He lived. And I get if you got like 2 or 3 different times where he got saved because he's the MC, but like pretty much like every life and death situation he got in, he was saved because he was the MC, and that's the only reason why. And yeah, another thing that I dislike was how the chickens were made and how like this disease was created. And it was pretty much created because this dude, he got mad that his daughter died, because one of the most famous dudes, like they lied to him. The brain surgeon lied to him and said that he was working on his daughter and he was giving his life and soul to try to save her. But then the surgeon had to choose between his daughter or the prime minister, and he chose the prime minister. So then the dude, he got mad and he decided that he wanted to kill all the humans on Earth because they were somehow just evil. And yeah, and then like he also wanted to save his daughter, so he started playing with genetics, and he said that a chicken and a human had like similar genetics. So yeah, and it was like, I was like, okay, like that doesn't, like it made sense, but like at the same time how they were created just didn't make sense. And then like he said that the chickens had to mate with a female, and then once the female had the chicken, they would have had like a half chicken. Well, okay, first thing first is like the chickens, they lay eggs in it, and the eggs would look like humans, and then them things that was inside the eggs, they'll mate with the human like female, and then like she'll get pregnant and she have the perfect human. And like that right there just didn't make sense to me, and I just didn't like it. And then another thing to get on it was the perfect humans. The perfect humans didn't make sense at all, because like they supposed to been perfect humans and they supposed to be smarter and more powerful than real humans, but they got outsmarted by some kids from an orphanage. How did you let that happen? Like that doesn't make sense. And then the way they cheated, I mean the way they defeated the chickens didn't make sense, because like it was two set of, like it was a set of twins, and they was perfect humans and they can turn into chickens. And towards the end, like they end up killing them. I was like, how did you kill them? They supposed to be more deadly than an actual chicken, so it didn't make sense. And then like they just died. And then the MC, he killed the perfect human too. And then somebody else like blew off a perfect human face. I get if you did that, like stabbing him, like you really just killed him. Like that doesn't make sense to me, and it just made me angry. And then another thing in the story was the main villain. The main villain was like just so annoying, and like him, like his drive to want to be the one that kill people was so stupid, and just just didn't make sense. And he wasn't a good villain at all. I say Exushi, like he was a way better villain than the actual main villain of the story that created the chickens. And yeah, and then another thing is that throughout this story they kept skipping. Like they used to skip some scenes, and we like the audience would be lost in the story. They'd be like, what happened? Like we don't know what just happened after that. Because I mean one time you Angie and then the girl, I forgot her name already, but like they was trying to save the kids, right? And then after they say the kids, they pretty much just skipped the whole they whole entire way going home because they had to avoid the chickens from dying. Like, chickens will kill them if they seen them, so they had to avoid the chickens. So they had to hide inside of like they had to walk through little I forgot the name of it, but like buildings that was real close together. They had to walk through buildings to try. They had to sneak to get there practically, and they skipped through that. And they skipped through like Aki. That's her name. Aki, like her character. They skipped through most of her development, and like they could have been vital for her character, some of them scenes, but the author just decides they forget it. I'm just gonna skip her character development like out of nowhere, and that just made me mad. And yeah, and then another thing was the problems that the MC was facing, like just the challenges that was placed in front of the MC to stop him from progressing through the story. Like that was pretty annoying to me. Like all them, like, cause I mean, one, it was the dude, like a dude, and he's like he had like a gang, and like the hospital, they was trying to save this little kid and they couldn't because dude was blocking them. Like that one, that kind of made sense, him being that villain that was placed in front of them and that obstacle, like that was just in their way, made sense. But then like at Shushi, like his character like just did not make sense. Like he was just placed there just to stop them from progressing through the story, and it just didn't make sense. It's like you putting a limiter on your characters and stopping your characters from progressing through the story faster, and you kind of slowing them down in a sense. And yeah, like that's pretty much it for like my dislikes. Like I had a lot of dislikes, but I'm not gonna lie, I did have fun reading this. Like towards the middle, I had fun reading it. Towards the beginning, like at the beginning when I started reading this, I was like, what the crap is this? Like I was just confused. But then towards the middle, I started to enjoy it, and then towards the end, I kind of did want a little bit more and see what happened to these characters and what they did do. So I'm not gonna sit here and discredit the whole entire manga. Like I just didn't like it at all. I just had a lot of dislikes with it, but I also enjoyed it. I actually had fun reading it, but it's like it's not a good story either though. And yeah, and then some of my thoughts on it. One thing that I thought that was like kind of stupid was like the MC, like they kind of hated adults, and like them hating adults, like that kind of didn't make sense. I wouldn't say I didn't like it, but like it just didn't make sense to me, because like why did you hate adults? Like have you not had like anybody that was an adult that like treat you good? Like you act like you've been trapped in a house all your life and you never left out the orphanage and went to school and like had teachers or just been around adults. Like they act like they just never did that, and then like they treated adults like like they treated adults like if you was above 20, then that's practically you did when you was an adult. And then like they just like it was just stupid the way that they was like we don't like adults, we hate adults. I'm like, bro, you already an adult illegally, like you already an adult, so why are you sitting here treating other adults like they're evil? And like they didn't want to protect no type of adults, like they just didn't care. And yeah, and then another thing was this manga had a lot of potential, and like I could say, like if you wanted to make this manga actually good, the one thing you could have did was probably took out the orphanage part about this whole entire story. You could have had Yuenji, him trying to protect his family or trying to protect his friends that he felt that were his family. But you didn't need the orphanage, because the kids in the story slowed the progression down, just created more problems for just dumb problems too. It wasn't logical problems, it was just dumb problems. So I think you could have took out the you could have like just took out the kids and been like boom bada bam. The story would have actually been somewhat formable, and you could have had like you Angie like fight more people that made sense, and then not just have him fighting one villain. It was just dumb the way they was going about it. And yeah, and like I said, it had way more potential, and it never unleashed its true potential. And yeah, then another thing that I thought about was, if the villain was so smart enough to create a like like a weapon to the point where it was able to turn everybody into chickens that lived in Japan, like why didn't he just find a cure for his daughter while she was still alive? That did not make sense to me. Like he decided after she died he wanted to find out how to cure her, but why did he do it like before? Like that doesn't make sense. And then he was just they didn't really explain his type of job he had. and he looked like a regular dude on the streets. So like, how did he end up creating like a, a weapon? There was like a biochemical weapon that ended up like killing millions of people. How did he do that? It just doesn't make sense. I get if he had an organization behind him helping him, but it was a one-man operation, and he wasn't a genius either, because like the MC was kind of like outplaying him sometimes. So I don't know what you would have did, like, but like if he was so smart, why didn't he just like help his daughter while she was still alive, and all this could have been avoided? But okay. And yeah. And then another thing is the horror. The horror was also good in this story too. And that's like, I already spoke on the horror. I don't really want to, get into too much detail, because this video already finna be more than 30 minutes long. It's about to be like legit one of the longest videos I ever did in my life. And yeah, and then another thing is like the plot armor in this anime, in this manga, was also crazy too. Just the amount of like armor that the main character had. And like I said, I already went into detail about this too, so I'm not gonna really speak on it too much. And then another thing is Toria. He was a great character, and I think he had the best character development. And yeah, and I really did like his character. And yeah, then if I had to rate this manga for characters, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. The characters, it wasn't nothing great. The only thing that made this like above average was Toria. Like, he was the only person that made this worth like actually like like just being there, and actually like reading the story. And yeah, and then for the plot, I give it a 6. It was a unique plot, so I give it an extra point. So that's why I gave it a 6. And yeah, and then for the world building, I gave it a 3, because the world building was absolute garbage. Throughout the whole, this manga took place in one neighborhood pretty much, and it took place inside of like a football stadium. Like that's all that it like pretty much took place in. Like they didn't really go nowhere else. It took place at a hospital for a while, but in a school, but like this like they're the only places. So nobody gave it a 3 out of 10. Then for the execution of the plot, I gave it a 5. Like, they did a horrible job. The plot that they had so much potential with this plot, but the way they executed it was so bad, because towards the end of the story, the MC decided to want to become a hero and pretty much just save every child who was pretty much stuck in like a chicken infested world. I'm like, bro, come on, only thing he want to do is protect his family, but now he want to be a hero. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And yeah, and then another thing was the art. The art, I give it a 7 out of 10. The art was actually, like, the gore and stuff was actually good. So I'm actually give it a 7 out of 10. It was above average, in my opinion. And yeah, and then if you add it all up and divide it by 5, obviously this manga began like a weak 5 out of 10 for me. And yeah, like I said, like with this stuff right here, like, well, this is why I got it a 5 out of 10, because like this manga, like I said, it was like, I enjoyed reading it. Now I'm not gonna even downplay it like that now, but like it wasn't good at all. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I had to recommend this to you, the only thing I recommend this to you is by saying that they got some gore and stuff. And if you like gore, you like horror, then you should I recommend it to you. And yeah, then should you read it? Like I said, no, I wouldn't recommend it to nobody, especially if you just an average manga reader. No, do not read this crap at all. But if you like, okay, like if you came, and but like if you do, like, say I'm gonna pick up this thing and read it, then have very low expectations. If you got low expectations, then you will come in this manga and you'll actually somewhat have fun, because like I had low expectations of it. That's why I had fun reading it. But like afterwards, I kind of like thought about the story, and I found out it was garbage, and I came to a realization of garbage. And yeah, then if you like horror, like if you like horror or just gore in general, then I say pick this up, because it do got a little bit of other things in there, like like nudity and stuff in this manga. So like I probably say it is like worth picking up if you just getting it for that. But if you getting it for that, then something wrong with you. I don't know. Like I get if you pick it up for gore and stuff, but if you picking it up for nudity, like, bro, come on, man, just go like the hentai haven or somewhere if you want to look at that now. Like, it's not that serious to be trying to read a manga and try to But yeah, and that's it for this video, man. I know this video gonna be over 30 minutes long, just like the longest video I ever did in my life. Like this video finna be at least 35 minutes long, and yeah, and it's gonna take me forever to edit this. So I'm already, yeah, I already got tears coming down my eyes because I gotta edit this crap. And yeah, like it's not gonna have no crazy editing in it, so don't even expect nothing too crazy because it's 30 minutes long. And I'm not finna edit. I'm not finna put all that work into that. But I just wanted to give y'all a quick Halloween special, something cool that you can like just go into, like, just watch it and see if you want to pick up this manga. And if you did make it to the end of the video, I give you like props. Like I give you like so many props for making it to the end of the video, because I talked for so long that I probably would have stopped listening by now. Like ain't no way I would have sat here through 30 minutes of me talking. Like, so like if I get, if you made it through 15 minutes, I ain't give you props for making it 15, but 30, ain't no way you made it to 35. Like you must just have to be very interested in this manga, or you some type of fan of me, or I don't know what, but like to make it 35. But yeah, I'm gonna get off that little tangent, and you already know it's your boy 3 Star Style. Leave a like, leave a comment. I do not recommend this manga either. And yeah, you already know, if you do have a comment, you already know, if you like just want to comment about something or just hit your boy up. And yeah, you already know it's your boy 3 Star Style. And I'm out. To the tune till I'm dead.